China says its hypersonic aircraft test is a success. The South China Morning Post reports China has tested out a new hypersonic aircraft, the Starry Sky-2, which could one day be used to carry nuclear missiles. The hypersonic aircraft has a flatter, wedge-shaped fuselage and was launched by a multi-stage rocket into space in northwest China. Apparently, the aircraft, which is still at the experimental stage, can ride on shock waves it generates. The China Academy of Aerospace Aerodynamics released a statement saying the Starry Sky-2 can travel at least 5 to 6 times the speed of sound. The Academy also released pictures and videos of the test on WeChat, showing the aircraft twisting and turning. The aircraft then landed in a designated target zone. Zhou Chenming, a Beijing-based military analyst, told the South China Morning Post the aircraft may also have other military applications, adding there are still 3 to 5 years before the technology can be weaponized. More stories related to China.
China goes to the dark side. China has deployed a relay satellite that's meant to bridge communication between Earth and a planned exploration on the far side of the Moon. Xinhua News Agency reports Chiao, or Magpie Bridge, is named after a Chinese folklore in which magpies form a bridge to enable 2 star-crossed lovers to meet for one day. The Chiao satellite features a dish antenna and 2 solar arrays and was launched atop a Long March 4C rocket from southwest China on Sunday morning. Chiao is expected to enter a halo orbit around the second Lagrangian point and would be the world's first communication satellite operating in that orbit. Its main purpose is to establish a communication link between Chinese Mission Control and the yet-to-be-launched Chang'e 4 mission that will explore the Moon's dark side. The Chang'e lunar rover and lander is currently scheduled for December 2018 launch. Chiao is also equipped with the Netherlands-China Low-Frequency Explorer, a radio scanner that will search for ancient radio signals dating back to the early universe. The reason the satellite is able to do this is because it would be in the shadow of the Moon, completely unaffected by Earth's interference. Uh-oh. The People's Republic of China has big plans for space. China is working on a newly planned station dated for a 2019 launch. Beijing expects it to be operational by 2022. The space station will be able to host up to 3 astronauts over 180-day periods. This is around the same time span that astronauts will spend on the International Space Station. China says their planned space station will orbit Earth at altitudes of between 340 kilometers and 450 kilometers. The ISS orbits at around 400 kilometers. China's space station may outlast the ISS, as that craft's future is unclear after 2025. Reportedly, the U.S. government is considering pulling its funding or privatizing it. According to Yahoo News, the U.S. has banned China from using the ISS since 2011. Talk about a brain drain. The People's Republic of China is sponsoring research into technology that scans workers' brains for the emotional state. According to the South China Morning Post, Chinese factory, military, and train workers are all wearing helmets that can track their emotions. Train drivers wearing the tech get a zap if they doze off, as could pilots if the technology ever comes to planes. And, of course, it's all being watched by an AI. According to the MIT Technology Review, the system probably doesn't work despite claims it boosted a factory's profits by over $300 million. The South China Morning Post reports researchers are also developing a new version with cameras and body-wide sensors for use in hospitals. This would be able to monitor facial expressions, body temperature, and movements. And all that, Tomo Sapiens, sounds like the beginnings of the thought police, with a live feed to your brain. China is watching. The world's most populous country is building its surveillance network and could soon be keeping a close eye on each and every one of their 1.3 billion citizens. Roughly 176 million AI-equipped surveillance cameras are currently installed all over China, with the number set to increase to 626 million by 2020. Citizens' ID profiles, social media photos, and other personal details are being filed in a database and connected to security cameras nationwide. The advanced surveillance system uses facial recognition technology to instantly identify the name, gender, and age of any pedestrian and the type and color of any vehicle. The same technology is being used by commercial and private institutions for financial dealings, keyless entry, and even to thwart toilet paper theft. The system can also scan faces and compare them with the police database, allowing authorities to locate and apprehend criminals at large. The network claims to boost safety and security and reduce crime, but has ironically been dubbed Skynet. Terminator, anyone? That Skynet ended up trying to exterminate humanity, but the Chinese version will probably be worse. In China, someone's always watching. Facial recognition is popping up everywhere in China as the government looks to technology to keep constant track of its people and what they're up to. Chinese apartments equipped with keyless entry use cameras to scan and verify residents' faces. But although convenient, the technology is also being used by authorities to monitor individuals and identify alleged bad guys and persons of interest. The project, called Sharp Eyes, intends to connect public security cameras with those in private compounds and buildings to form a nationwide surveillance and data-sharing network. Sharp Eyes' aim is to compile information on citizens, including criminal and medical records, travel and purchase history, and social media use, and link it to a face and identity card. Its name derives from a communist slogan and is linked to Chairman Mao's attempts to get citizens to spy on each other. Supposedly, the system can track suspicious behavior to help eliminate crime, which in China can be anything from homicide to speaking out against the government. Ultimately, the goal is for total surveillance, and in a country where being an ethnic minority or an activist can get you flagged, that prospect is frightening. There's no escaping in China. Chinese authorities have begun donning high-tech glasses to spot suspects, the latest use of facial recognition technology in the increasingly all-seeing state. Police in Zhengzhou can now verify people's identities within minutes using sunglasses with a camera attachment, which is connected to a database via a portable device. Officers who spot a suspicious person from as far as 5 meters away need only take a photo showing at least 70% of the face. The photo is run through the system, allowing officers to access information like names, ethnicity, gender, and address. It also details the hotel a person is staying at, recent internet history, and whether he is wanted for any crime. 7 suspects involved in a kidnapping and hit-and-run incidents have been arrested so far, with 26 others apprehended for using fake IDs. The use of facial scanners and other similar technology are widespread in China, where there are fewer privacy concerns. The government is in the process of amping up surveillance, starting with a database containing relevant information on its 1.3 billion citizens.